today. Namo tassa. Namo tassa. Bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Namo tassa. Bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Namo tassa. Bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Last night we discussed about the 100 sensual desire. Today we will discuss about the 8 will. Pyabada, Kamichanda Nivarana, sensual desire. Pyabada Nivarana, 8 will. These 2 types of hindrances are very dangerous to humankind. So, to remove these 2 types of dangerous, one I had to explain last night. Now today, another one is ill will, Pyabada. This is Pyabada is rooted in dosa group. Dosa they translate as anger, hatred, or hate, etc. How you should try to remove this ill will? Buddha gave method in this Mahasri Prana Sutta. Sandava ijadam vyabado atime ijadam vyabado di pajanadi. Asandava ijadam vyabado natime ijadam vyabado di pajanadi. Yadhaja nubanasa vyabadasa ubado hodi tinja pajanadi. Yadhaja ubanasa vyabadasa bahana hodi tinja pajanadi. Yadhaja bahinasa vyavadasa ayadi nubado hodi tinja bhajanati. 5 sentences. There being it will in him, a bhikkhu understands there is it will in me. This is number 1. There being no it will in him, he understands there is no ill will in me. This is second sentence. Number that is, he also understands how there comes to be the rising of no reason ill will. How it comes, he understands. Then another sentence is, he also understands how there comes to be the abandoning of reason, ill will. Now, last sentence. He also understands how there comes to be the non-future rising of abundant ill will. Very good sentences to remove ill will. How you should practice. Number 1. If there is ill will in you, you must try to understand there is ill will in me. If you do not understand, this is problem. How you should practice? Number 1, you should try to discern ultimate materiality. This is important. Number 2, you should try to discern the object. How you should try to discern ultimate materiality first. This it will arise depending on your heart pace. So if you cannot discern ultimate materiality in your heart, then you will not understand this ill will which arises depending on your heart. This is one reason. Another reason is ill will never arise alone. Ill will always arise with associated mental formations. Sister Susila's project, she explained 18, 20, etc. These mental fetters. If you can analyze these 18 or 20 mental fetters one by one, at that time only you can break down the compactness of ill will. So, when you are discerning this ill will, there must be one object. Taking this object, this ill will arise in you. What is object? Buddha says there is one object. This object Buddha gave one name, Patika Nimitta. Patika Nimitta is the object of resentment. What is the object of resentment? Ill will also the object of resentment. Then the object of resentment also the object of ill will again. What is the difference? Some people sometimes they have a lot of attachment to their anger. If they make a vision, this anger, they have it. They attach this anger. So, depending on previous anger, then succeeding anger also arises. So, preceding anger is the object, succeeding anger is another generation. So, depending on succeeding and preceding anger, succeeding anger also may arise. So, because of this reason, previous ill will also the object of resentment. Another is the object of resentment, Patika Nimitta. What is Patika Nimitta? You may have any grudge to any person. For example, that person also the object of your resentment. So, if you want to understand this ill will, then you should try to discern your Bhanga Maido. For easy understanding, we use Bhanga and Maido together. Why? Maido is nothing but only Bhanga to understand only. What is Bhanga? Bhanga they translate Bhava Anga. Bhava is life. Anga means fetter. Light fetter. What is light fetter? They translate light continua. The meaning is Bhanga, there are different types, 6 types of cognitive process. If one of these cognitive processes do not arise, at that time, that Bhanga mind state arises. Why? To continue life, if any mind state do not arise, then it will be done. So, to continue life, this Bhanga mind state arises because of previous cause. In previous that you had already accumulated wholesome karma. That karma produced this Bhanga mind state, including other resulting consciousness, mind, mentalities and karma from materialities. So, because of this karma, this Bhanga mind state, if there is no cognitive process, this Bhanga mind state arises. If there is any cognitive process, then Bhanga mind state stops. So, to continue your life, this Bhanga mind state is arising because of previous karma. First, you should try to discern this Bhanga mind. Then you should try to discern that object, maybe one person. When this person object appears in your mind, then you can clearly see this dosa. Oh, this is my enemy, you should decide. This is taking different concepts as object. Then this ill will arise. Mind-cognitive will arise. Number one, mind-abiding consciousness. Then 7 jhanas. These jhana mind moments always associated with ill will, because you have a lot of hatred to that person. So because of this reason, this is my enemy. In this way, if you decide, then these are very clear. But there is also another way of contemplation. If you see ultimate mentality, materiality, if you get this ultimate mentality, materiality, internally and externally both, then when you discern 4 elements in that enemy person, then you cannot see enemy person, you can see only a group of small particles only, kalabas. If you analyze these kalabas, you can discern ultimate materiality only. Then as a general, if you discern, you can see ultimate mentality, as a general, not in detail. So there is no person, no enemy. You can see ultimate mentality and materiality only. But if you want to discern this outward, then you must discern when God mentioned it is true. You can discern this ultimate materiality, which previously you called this is my enemy. But this ultimate materiality, when impedes this appear in your Bwenga mind, it will may rise because of your unwise attention. But it is very difficult, very subtle maybe. So because of this reason, if you want to discern this, it will taking different concepts such as persons, enemies, etc. Taking these objects, if you discern it will be very clear. If you can discern thoroughly this ill will in this way, then if you change ultimate materiality, ultimate reality, ultimate truth, then you may be able to discern this ill will also. So taking different, taking ultimate materiality, this ill will can rise. Sometimes, for example, you cannot see clearly. You have unhappiness. This unhappiness is one type of ill will. So your eye is not okay, not work well. So you feel unhappy. At that time, if you want to discern this unhappiness, ill will, then you should try to discern Bwenga Mind. Then you should discern here your eye transparent element, eye sensitivity. When this object appears, at that time you may feel happiness because your eye sensitivity cannot work well according to your own desire. You cannot see clearly, although you use your eyeglass, it will not work. At that time you may feel happiness. Is it true? So, in the same way, some kalabas, some ultimate materials, they are always associated with bad smell. Is it true? So, if you pay attention to this materialities, then you may pay attention as undesirable object. Then this ill will occasionally may arise. Occasionally means because it is a little bit difficult. Taking ultimate mentality materiality as object. If you discern ill will, it will be a little bit difficult. So because of this reason, usually we teach taking different objects, such as man, woman, etc., such as gold, silver, etc. Taking this gold, silver, etc., also sometimes you may have anger. Because of this gold and silver, there may be some quarrelings with husband and wife. Because of money, she used a lot. So because of this reason, there may be quarrelings because there may be unhappy feelings. So you can take these objects also. So at that time, ill will arise. So if there is ill will is present, you should try to understand there is ill will in me. If you do not understand, this is problem. You cannot remove this ill will. Then, if there is no ill will then you should also try to understand there is no ill will. How this ill will disappear? In the same way, last night also, I forgot how sensual desire will disappear. You should try to discern this ill will. Then you should contemplate this ill will as a nature, because as soon as they arise, they pass away, so they are a nature. They may, this ill will as well as sensual desire also say, they arise with associated mental formations according to cognitive process. So if you can discern this ill will according to cognitive process with associated mental formations, then you must contemplate their nature, because as soon as they arise, they are passed away, so they are a nature impermanent. They are always always operates by rising in passing away, so they are dukkha, suffering. There is no permanent entity, permanent substance in them, so they are anatta, non-self. They will produce bad results in future. If you accept anger again and again, then it will become strong and powerful. That strong, powerful anger can produce to be reborn in hell. So they are repulsive or unattractive objects. So because of this reason, you can pay attention asubha, this ill will. If you contemplate in this way again, then this anger, ill will be disappear. When ill will disappear, you should try to understand there is no ill will in me. Good? Yes, very good. This is the Metta Buddha teaching. But another sentence, Yataja Anubanasa Vyabadasa Ubadahodi Tinja Vajanadi. He also understands how there comes to be the rising of non-rising ill will. Before there is no ill will, but now rise ill will. Why? Why this ill will arise? You should try to understand the cause. In this case, you must try to understand the basic origination. So there is base. This is one cause. If there is no hard base, this ill will cannot rise. This is one. There must be one object, maybe hatred person or enemy. There must be one object. If there is no object, this ill will cannot arise. There is one important thing is joiner, contact, phasa. Phasa joins the object in your mind. Contact your object in mind. So because of this connection, meeting of object in mind, then ill will arise. So phasa, contact, is also one cause. Another cause is associated mental formations. Ill will alone cannot arise without associated mental formations. So associated mental formations are also supporting cause to increase anger, ill will. So because of this reason, associated mental formations are also one cause. Another cause is mind-adverting consciousness. This is called unwise attention, ayoniso manasikara. Especially in phytocognitive process. That ayoniso manasikara especially referred to decision consciousness, uttapana. Partially they refer also mind phyto-adverting consciousness, but they are very weak, not clear. But in mind-cognitive process, after the phyto-cognitive process, mind-cognitive process rise successfully for many times. If they reach up to 4th or 5th mind stage, at that time, mind-adverting consciousness decision is very powerful. That mind-cognitive process decides, this is my enemy, this is gold, this is silver, this is man, this is woman, etc. In this way, this mind-adverting consciousness decide. But really, if we say exactly, in mind-cognitive mind movement, there are 12 mental formations. Number 1, consciousness. Number 2, contact phasa. Number 3, feeling. This is visual feeling. Number 4, perception, senya. Number 5, volition, chetana. Number 6, ekagata, one-pointedness. Number 7, life faculty, jivita. Number 8, manasika, attention. Number 9, videka, initial application of the mind to the object. Number 10, sustained application of the mind to the object. Number 11, viriya, energy, effort. Number 12, adhimokkha, decision. This adhimokkha decision decide only. Other associated mental formations are supporting cause to decide in the wrong way. So unwise attention means the whole group. But among this, the whole group adhimokkha is very important. But adhimokkha mental factors decision is very important. It decides in the wrong way. This is called unwise attention. How in the wrong way it decides? This is my enemy. This is my husband. This is my wife. This is my son. This is my daughter. In this way, that adhimokkha mental factor decides. Why it can decide? Because of previous experience only. Previously, for example, as a child, parents may teach, oh, this is your father, this is your mother, please call me mother, mother. In this way they teach. This is first experience. Because of this experience successfully, slowly increased. Then whenever that child see, oh, this is my mother, oh, this is my father, in this way they give perception. This is senya. Because of this senya, when they see any enemy, oh, this is my enemy, this is perception. Whenever he see again, then perception comes again, oh, this is my enemy. In this way, perception is strong, powerful supporting cause for decision adhimokkha. They are great enemies. But if they can be wise attention, it is also good. Wise attention means, no, this is nature, this is dukkha, this is anatta, this is asubha. In this way, if they contemplate, this is wise attention. But this is my enemy, this is my son, this is my daughter, this is my husband, this is my wife. In this way, if they contemplate, this is unwise attention. Depending on unwise attention, this ill will arise. So this cause also you must try to understand. But cause this ill will cannot arise alone. There must be, before that ill will, there is also mind of antibody consciousness. But the object is very clear. Other than there may be two registering minds. You should also try to understand the two registering minds. They are resulting consciousness. Which produce this result? You must trace up to past life. You should try to understand past causes depending origination. In the same way, this ill will cannot arise without heart base. What is heart base? Which produce this heart base? You must trace back. The heart base also produced by previous karma. That karma is based on ignorance, craving, clinging. You accumulate wholesome dhammas in previous life. These wholesome dhammas are called sankhara formations, volitional formations, but they are nature impermanent. As long as they arise, they pass away in previous life. But they left behind karmic force. That karmic force is called karma. That karma is following according to your own mentality, morality series as a underlying tendency. Now you have no anger because you are listening to my talk. But if there is any chance to arouse anger, then that anger may arise. Then if we can say, oh, your anger as a latent tendency is following it along your mentality series, because you cannot yet already destroy by part in fruition knowledge. So because of this reason, we can say you have anger only. Although now, at the present moment, you are listening to Mado, you may have no anger. Although you may have no anger, but if there is any chance to arouse anger, then that anger will arise. So because of this reason, you should try to understand if there is anger or ill will, you should try to understand there is ill will in me. If there is no ill will in you, then you should try to understand there is also no ill will. Again, you should also try to understand how there comes to be the rising of non-reason ill will. You should try to see cause. So, if you understand the cause and effect fully, then you must practice divine origination. So in this case, you must try to discern ultimate materiality, then ultimate mentality, then their causes. Then you must contemplate them as nature dukkha anatta. Stage by stage. When you are inside become mature, one day you may attain rahatship, or you may attain non-ratana-ship, Nagami stage. At that time you will understand the third sentence, fourth sentence. Yathaja upanasa yavadasa pahana hoti tinja pajanadi. He also understands how there comes to be the abandoning of reason, ill will. How you can describe this ill will? You should try to understand. How you should try? You must practice up to Anagami stage. No Radhana stage. At that time you will understand, oh, this anger, my friend, go completely without reminder. In this way, at that time you will understand. Okay? Then if you not your head, you must practice. Okay, then another sentence. Yathaja pahinasa vyabadasa ayati nobado hodi tinsa pajanadi. He also understands the no future rising of abundance ill will. That ill will never will arise again. When you begin Anagami stage, when you reach Anagami stage, when you begin Anagami, at that time this ill will never arise. But when you are practicing samatha, that samatha meditation jhana, samatha jhana also can remove temporarily this ill will. Especially metta. Tonight I want to explain metta bhavana. But when you are practicing vipassana, at that time also you are inside knowledge, destroy this ill will temporarily. But when you attain Anagami stage, Radhana stage, at that time your Anagami part knowledge will destroy this ill will completely. At that time this ill will never will visit to your mind again. You should also understand to reach up to that stage. So this is the Buddha's way, way of teaching. But there is also Buddha taught another way. There is, O bhikkhus, the liberation of the mind through loving kindness. Metta Citta Vimutti. The liberation of the mind through loving kindness. How this mind liberate? Free from ill will. Liberate that mind free from ill will. This is loving kindness. In this wise reflection on loving kindness is the condition for keeping up new ill will and for throwing out ill will that is already in the mind. So if you practice metta meditation, you can remove this ill will temporarily. This is one way of practice. Then commentary explains 6 methods. 6 methods. Number 1 is taking up the practice of loving kindness as a meditation subject. While you are practicing meditation, loving kindness meditation, at the time also, although you may not yet attain jhana stage, temporarily your meditation consciousness or meditation mind can remove this ill will temporarily. Number 2, applying oneself to the development of jhana on the cultivation of loving kindness. You must practice loving kindness meditation up to jhana stage. If you attain metta jhana, then that metta jhana also can remove this ill will temporarily. Temporarily means if you can enter into metta jhana for about 1 hour, then within 1 hour this ill will not arise, because jhana consciousness is successfully rising in passing away. Now number 3, reflection on one's own karma as one's own property. You should try to reflect this. This is very important. Sarve sattva karmasaka. All beings have their own karma, their own as their own property. So you have also your own karma as your own property. What is the meaning? You are reborn in this world because of your karma. He also reborn in this world because of his karma. His karma produces his 5 aggregates. Your karma produces your 5 aggregates. They are completely different. If you accumulate unwholesome karma such as ill will, then this ill will is your own karma only, not his own karma. Is it true? Then if you accumulate this unwholesome karma, that unwholesome karma will produce 5 aggregates in the hell after death. This is your karma. Your karma will produce your anger karma, ill will karma will produce to be reborn in hell after death. In hell you will achieve 5 aggregates in hell. So this is your karma. In the same way, his karma also produces his 5 aggregates only. So if he had a lot anger, that anger will produce him to be reborn in hell only, not you. So your anger, your karma is your own property. His karma is his own property. You should reflect this frequently. If you reflect in this way, then this reflective mind, reflective knowledge also can remove temporarily this anger. Another is abundance of wise attention. You should accumulate wise attention many times. How you should accumulate? Or you should discern ultimate materiality internally, and then you should discern ultimate mentality externally. Both internally and externally, and then you should discern their causes. Then you must contemplate them as nature, dukkha, anatta, internally as well as externally many times. If you do in this way, that contemplation is called wise attention. That wise attention also can remove temporarily this ill will. Then another is number 5 is sympathetic and helpful companionship of good, noble ones, good persons. You must associate with noble ones, good persons. They will not ask you to increase your anger. They will always suit you not to rise anger. So you should have good friends to suit you not to rise this anger. This is also important. Then if their conversation, their teaching may help you to remove anger temporarily. Then number 6, stimulating thought that assists the development of the cultivation of loving kindness and the overthrow of ill will. How you should practice loving kindness meditation, etc. in this way, they will teach you systematically. So you should associate that with good persons and they will stimulate to you how you should practice loving kindness to overcome this ill will. Do you want? Okay? Now, tonight we will discuss about loving kindness meditation. If you want to practice loving kindness meditation, very often I also had to. If you must choose one dear, respectable person, such as teachers, etc. You should choose that dear, respectable person as object. Then you should try to focus his whole body or his face. But that whole body or that face must be, you have to be already experienced before. When you experience him, you should choose most happyable feeling face. For example, if you want to focus his standing posture, then you should focus on that standing posture only. Or if you want to focus his sitting posture, then you should focus that sitting posture only. Then you must send to him metta. But usually when you are sending metta, you may have a lot good feelings, but this image frequently may disappear. Then you must create again, then it may disappear. Then you must create again, then it may disappear. Why it disappear? Because you have a lot of wandering mind. So because of this, you cannot focus on one object correctly. Because of this reason, usually we teach metta meditation for one who already attained attainments. If he had been practiced 10 kasinas in 8 attainments, it is very good. Because when they are practicing 10 kasinas in 8 attainments, at that time concentration is very good. Strong, powerful lights are also spreading around his body. Because of this reason, if they switch on metta, it is very easy. In Graniya Metta Sutta, 500 bhikkhus. These 500 bhikkhus are learning the meditation subject under the guidance of Buddha. Buddha taught them 10 kasinas in 8 attainments. Based on these 10 kasinas in 8 attainments, Buddha also teach vipassana meditation subject up to arhat stage. So, learning these meditation subjects, they practice diligently 10 kasinas in 8 attainments. They already attained 10 kasinas in 8 attainments. But when they are practicing vipassana, they reach up to Uddiyabhya Jnana stage. But after learning from the Buddha these meditation subjects, they went to the forest. In that forest there are 3 devas. The devas frightened them. Why? They are virtuous ones. Because of their purification of their virtue. When they are sitting under the trees, devas above the tree, they cannot stay there, very hot. So because of this reason, they go down from the trees and taking their children and their hand. They are going around and around. Oh, one day they will go back, one day they will go back. They expect in this way. But they, on the full moon day of rains retreat, this is July full moon day, usually. On that full moon day, they do not go. So they was frightened and they show fearful images like that. Fearful sounds, fearful bad smells. So because of this, these bhikkhus cannot meditate well. They frightened, and then they discussed to each other. At that time, they decide to go back to the Buddha. So they go back to the Buddha. The second Osa is usually second race retreat. That second race retreat is on the full Monday of maybe usually September. August, full Monday of August. So when they go back to the Buddha, Buddha look them. Oh, they can meditate in that forest. If they meditate in that forest, they will attain hardship. If they go to anywhere, they will not attain hardship. Buddha understand. So the place also very important, I think. So because of this reason, Buddha taught the Kraniya Metta Sutta. But in that Kraniya Metta Sutta, the Metta meditation subject is begin. Sukhi no wa kimi no hontu sabha satta bhontu sukhi tata. May all beings be free from danger. Or may all beings be free from enmity. Enmity. Is it true? May all beings happy and well. In this way they must sin. But all beings, all infinite universe, all beings. So to pay attention to these all beings, not easy, because without light of wisdom, they cannot see these all beings in all infinite universe. This is when they had been break down the barriers, other than that only they can practice meditation in this way. So Buddha taught this way of practice? Because they already practiced meditation before. Because according to traditional way of practice, their original meditation subject, samatha subject is Tinkasiness and 8 attainments. This is true. But in everyday valley they must also practice number 1, metta, loving kindness. Number 2, Buddha knows the recollection of Buddha's quality. Number 3, asubha, foundness meditation. Number 4, recollection of their own death. These 4 must be, everybody must learn. So they also had to be practice metta meditation up to jhana stage. But they do not emphasize metta jhana. They emphasize Tinkasinas and 8 attainments only. Based on Tinkasinas and 8 attainments, they discern ultimate materiality, ultimate mentality in their causes, and then they contemplate these formations as nature or dukkha or anatta. In this way they practice. Because of this reason, their metta is not so sharp, because they do not emphasize metta. So, because of this reason, Buddha taught them metta again. What is the intention of Buddha? They should practice metta as a original kammatthana. They should not emphasize Tinkasinas and 8 attainments too much. They should emphasize only metta. Metta, loving kindness meditation. Based on this loving kindness meditation, if they practice vipassana, they will attain hardship. In this way Buddha says. So Buddha changed kammatthana from Tinkasina 8 attainment to metta meditation practice. Based on metta jhana, they must practice vipassana. In this way, Buddha taught Kraniya Metta Sutta. Another way is for chanting. If they always chant this Metta Sutta, because of the power of this Metta Sutta, devotees cannot create disturbance. So to protect devotees' disturbance also, as a prita, chanting prita, Buddha taught this Kraniya Metta Sutta. Both ideas. Number 1 is for attainment of hardship. Number 2 is to protect devotees' disturbances. So, because of this reason, if they practice based on Tinkasinas and 8 attainments, if they switch on metta meditation, it is very easy. Their metta also became very powerful. Because previous concentration is very powerful. Kasina's 8 attainments concentration is very powerful. Depending on this concentration, if they focus one person with their light of wisdom, other than if they practice Kasina's in 8 attainments, these 8 types of jhanas also produce such a powerful light. With the assistance of that light, if they focus one dear respectable teacher, one person, that person's object is very clear in their mind. It will not easily fade away because their concentration is very good, very firm. So other than if they change method, it is very easy. So because of this reason, usually we teach after they have been practiced Kasina's in 8 attainments. Other than usually we teach metta. So if you want to learn metta in this way, then first you should try Kasina's in 8 attainments. Especially when you want to practice metta, other than one Kasina you should choose. Aloga Kasina, light Kasina, also very good. Another is Odada Kasina, white Kasina. This is also very good. You should try in every sitting, you should try up to 4th chanda, taking Aloga light or taking Odada white Kasina. Light Kasina or white Kasina up to 4th chanda. Imagine from 4th chanda, you should focus that dear respectable person. But before you are paying attention to this object, according to Visuddhi Magga's instruction, first we should try to set metta to ourselves. This is what called cohesion, what called only maybe one word I forget. So sympathy, to sympathetic joy. I want to be free from danger. This person also in the same way want to be free from danger. I want to be free from mental suffering. He also has desire to free from mental suffering. In this way, you have sympathetic feeling. To arouse this sympathetic feeling, then your mind will become soft. Other than if you send metta, your metta will be very powerful and easy. So for this reason only, first you should try to send to your body, to yourself, for a few minutes only, to begin soft your mind only. May I be free from danger. May I be free from mental suffering. May I be free from physical suffering. May I take care of myself happily. Or may I be well and happy. In this way you should set metta to yourself for a few minutes. When your mind begins soft, other than you can switch on one dear respectable teacher or one dear respectable friend who must be same-sex. If you are male meditator, then male teacher you should choose. If you are female meditator, then female teacher you should choose. It is better. But dearest ones you should not do first, because if you do metta to that dearest ones first, then there may be some sorrow, lamentation, etc. will arise if you hear anything. There may be many worries may arise. So because of this reason, dearest ones you should not do first. Dear respectable person you should choose. Enemy also you should not do. Anger will arise quickly. Neutral person also not easy to send metta. So because of this reason, dear respectable person you should choose. But if you cannot focus this image, again please try Odana Kasina or Aloga Kasina up to 4th channel. Imagine from 4th channel with the assistance of light, you should focus that image again. And then you should set metta. May this good person free from danger. May this good person be free from danger. May this good person be free from mental suffering. May this good person be free from physical suffering. May this good person be take care of himself happily. In this way, you should send metta these 4 ways, 4 formulas, 2 or 3 times. After sending metta in this way, you should choose one formula, which you prefer. For example, if you choose, may this good person free from material suffering. If you choose this formula, then you should try to see his smiling face especially, because he is happy. That smiling face you had the experience before. That smiling face must be the face which you had been experienced before. So that smiling face you should focus, and then set, may this good person free from, may this good person be free from mental suffering. May this good person be free from mental suffering. In this way you should set metta. Very soon you will understand full absorption appear. You are made completely absorbed in that dear respectable person object without shaking. Then you should maintain this absorption concentration about 1 hour, 2 hours, etc. Imagine from that full absorption, if you discern your mind going up mind, then you can see this person's image in your going up mind. And then at that time you can discern 5 jhana phatas. Videka, Vichara, Piti, Sukha, Nikagata. Any application of the mind to the dear respectable person object. Such range application of the mind to the dear respectable person object. Joy or rapture, pity, sukha, happiness, feeling. Ekagata, one-pointedness on that dear respectable object only. So these 5 jhana phatas you can discern. After discerning these 5 jhana phatas, then you can continue another formula. That formula again, with the intention to attain second jhana. Then if you are successful in second jhana, then you can continue up to third jhana in the same way. So first jhana, second jhana, third jhana, only one formula, only one person. Then you should continue in the same way. Another formula. May this good person free from danger. May this good person be free from danger. In this way, again you should send metta. Then you will attain first jhana, then second jhana, then third jhana. In the same way you can try. Then another formula is, may this good person be free from physical suffering. Only one person you should try in the same way, up to third jhana. And then another formula is, may this good person take care of himself happily. In this way you should send metta up to that jhana. So altogether there are 4 formulas, 4 ways of sending metta. Number 1 is avera hotu. May this good person be free from immediate of danger. Number 2 is, may the good person be free from mental suffering. Number 3 is, may this good person be free from physical suffering. May this good person be free from, may this good person take care of himself happily. So 4 formula. In each formula you must try up to that jhana. If you are successful, then you should practice that only person again and again. But when you practice again, you should try to discern very quickly. First jhana few minutes, second jhana few minutes, third jhana few minutes. Then you should go another formula. First jhana few minutes, second jhana few minutes, third jhana few minutes. Then you can go to another formula. In this way you must practice. If it is okay, then you can try another dear respectable person in the same way. 4 formulas, in each formula up to that jhana. Then another one, then another one, then another one. At least you should try dear respectable persons, about 10 persons. If you are successful in this way, then you can change another dearest ones, such as fathers, brothers, etc. Or for women meditator, mothers, sisters, etc. Very dear ones you should pay attention. Then In the same way, 4 formulas, in each formula up to that jhana stage. If you try in this way, you should try at least about 10%. If you are successful, then you should try DRS persons again, then DR1s again. In this way, if you practice again, then there will be no difference between these two groups. DRS person, if you practice Metta Bhavana, taking DRS person as object, or if you practice Metta Bhavana, taking DRS ones as object, there will be no difference. They are all equal. You can easily attain Metta Jhana, you can easily enter into Metta Jhana. Then they become one group, DR1, PR. Then if you are successful in this way, then you can change another group. This is neutral persons. You have no much attachment to them. Neutral ones who must be same sex. Then about, you should try in the same way 4 formulas. In each formula up to that jhana. About 10 neutral persons you should practice. Then again you should try to discern to check. You should change enemies or hatred persons. But hatred person you should try latest. A little bit heaviness person you should try first. But if you have no enemy, it is not necessary to search for enemy. If you have little bit heaviness feeling, that type of persons you should try one by one up to that jhana stage. If it is not okay, then you should go back dear ones. You should send dear ones Metta up to that jhana again. Neutral ones Metta up to that jhana again. If you try it in this way, then your Metta will become powerful and then quickly change one a happy feeling person. You have any little bit hatred. So that person you should send Metta, then you will be able to attain jhana. But while you are sending Metta 4 ways in each way up to that jhana only. In this way, if you try again, then slowly you will be able to send Metta up to jhana stage, taking enemies as object. If it is okay, there are no enemies. But if you have 100, this is problem. You must take long time. Then you should go back to make barrier and to break down the barriers. You should try to yourself first. But you cannot attain jhana, sending Metta to yourself, but for a few minutes. Then you should choose one dear one. You should send Metta 4 ways in each way up to that jhana. Then you should change another neutral one. You should send Metta 4 ways in each way up to that jhana. Then you should change one enemy. You should send Metta to the enemy in 4 ways in each way up to that jhana. This is one round. Then second time you should send Metta to yourself again. Then another dear one. Then another neutral one. Then another enemy. Then you should go back to yourself again. Then another dear one. Another neutral one. Another enemy. In this way you must try again and again. While you are trying dear one, neutral one and enemy, you should try 4 ways in each way up to that jhana only. If you send Metta in this way again and again, many times, then slowly there will be no difference. Very easy to enter into jhana. Whoever you send Metta, it is very easy to attain Metta jhana. At that time we can say, you can break down the barriers. At that time, if you can break down the barriers, then you should try another methods. 5 types of non-specified beings, anodis of prana metta. 7 types of specified beings, odis of prana metta. 10 types of directionally boundless loving kindness. These are pranametta. So you should try this, but we will discuss tomorrow this metta bhavana again. Today let us stop here. Any question?
Monte, does it help the person that we are sending the metta to, or this is just to clean our own mind?
Most important thing is to clean our mind. But there are also some results. So I will explain this result tomorrow. But there's one story, famous story. Pinarimas Visakha. He practiced metta up to jhana. Based on metta jhana, he practiced vipassana up to a hard stage. So he emphasized metta a lot. This metta is very powerful. Because of this reason, devas love to him, dear to him. Devas are dear to him. He stayed in one of Chitalapapada Vihara in Sri Lanka. This is famous monastery. When he stayed there, he always practiced metta meditation. Based on metta meditation, he practiced vipassana. This is his usual way of practice. Because of his metta bhava, in Chitalapapada Vihara, there are many devas. They do not quarrel to each other. They have kindly loving kindness metta to each other. They never use harsh language to each other because of his metta. So such type of result may arise. This is only maybe very difficult. That's so. Because his metta is powerful. Why powerful? Because of matchless metta mind. So because of this reason, his mind is very pure. With pure mind, he always practice metta bhavana. Based on metta bhavana, he always practice vipassana. Because of this reason, his metta is became very powerful. Because of his power of metta, devas never quarrel. But one day he stayed in one place only for 4 months only. So 4 months later he want to go to somewhere. So we got tomorrow I will go. Then this night he packed his belongings. Then one deva in the corner of his walking path burst into tears. Oh, who are you? Who are weeping here? Oh, I am the Deva Manilia. Manilia means one type of tree. Manilia Deva who stay in this tree. Why are you weeping? Oh, tomorrow you are leaving. If you leave, then Devas will be quarrel again. They will use harsh language to each other. Now you are staying here. No devas quarrel because of your metta. No devas use harsh language in this area. So if you go tomorrow, then they will be again quarrel and they will use harsh languages again. So if I stay here, there's any result, then I will stay here again. In this way, he stayed another 4 months. Another 4 months later, then he want to go to somewhere. Again, that deva asked him not to go anywhere. In this way, slowly, 4 months. Then later he took pranivana in that Chitalapapada Vihara.
What happened to the devas that were bothering the bhikkhus that you were telling the story before?
Maybe later, when they go back to that forest, they use Karaniya Metta Sutta as a chanting preta, protecting preta. And they emphasize metta meditation, metta bhavana. And then based on metta bhavana, they practice vipassana. because of this metta, power of metta, that devas became, they have the dear mind to that bhikkhus. So they do not disturb to that bhikkhus. They have a lot of metta to that bhikkhus like their own sons and daughters. So because of this reason, they clean the compound. They carry waters for that bhikkhus. And they do every service. Or any service, every service to that bhikkhus. So they are also accumulating wholesome dhamma. Previously they do unwholesome dhamma. Later they accumulate wholesome dhamma. Because of this wholesome dhammas, they may gain any good result. But because of unwholesome dhammas also, they may gain any bad result. But it is not directly mentioned. Later they change their mind only.
Sayadaw, I have a question that you can clarify as you continue through these fetters, I think. You said that the bhikkhu should be aware of the arisen fetter and hindrance. As you continue through the hindrance, a bhikkhu should be aware of the arisen hindrance. But then you described the dependent origination and an underlying tendency, which sounded similar to a fetter. So that it would be kama, chanda and kama raga. And I'm just confused on the connection between the fetters and the hindrances. So if you, as you continue, if you could explain
Here,
that.
Buddha says hindrance means if you have sexual desire or ill will, etc. Although you may practice samatha or vipassana, you cannot attain any jhana. Your vipassana also cannot be successful up to but influencing knowledge, because you accept this unwholesome dhammas. So because of this, they are named as hindrances, nivarana. Nivarana means they block the attainment of jhana, attainment of part inclusion knowledge. So fetter, name is different. Name is different. The meaning is same. Fetter and hindrance. Okay. Name is different. Meaning is same.
Yesterday you mentioned about to discern the impurity of the good down, the wholesome deed. Would you explain more? How would be the benefit to understanding to understand the unwholesome, the impurity of wholesome deed? When you mentioned about how to develop the attachment yesterday, there are so many different kind of impurity of body, but one is impurity of wholesome.
มันก็เสร็จแล้วดูโลกอาคารดูมันน่าพอละแต่เจ้ามันน่าเนี่ยกุศลเจ้าอกุศลพอละแต่เจ้ากุศล also อสุภะใช่ไหมเนี่ยเช็คเลยค่ะ
Now you are practicing samatha, for example. While practicing samatha, you are successful. Another one is not yet successful. So you condemn. They are foolish persons. Now they cannot attain any achievement. I attain many achievements. In this way you have proud. You condemn others. This is not good. This is dependent on your wholesome dhamma. Unwholesome dhammas arise. Such type of wholesome dhammas are also asubha. In this way you should contemplate. Because they are supporting cause to arise unwholesome dhammas. In the same way, when you are donating, trying to donate any other requisite to others. Sometimes you may have a lot of problem. Oh, I can donate, I can offer many things to vehicles. They cannot offer anything. They are useless ones. In this way you condemn others. You have a lot of pride to yourself. So depending on your wholesome dharma, pride may arise. This is also one type. Another that is when you are donating, offering, sometimes there may be a lot of anger because food is not enough. Sometimes rice is not present. Oh, all finished. Sometimes not thoroughly cooked. Because of this reason, depending on wholesome dharma, our wholesome dharmas also arise. So if it is so, then these wholesome dharmas are also asubha, impure. You should not cultivate this type of wholesome dharmas. This is meaning. But you can accumulate wholesome dharmas without surrounding any unwholesome dharma. It is better. If you accumulate wholesome dharmas which are surrounded unwholesome dharmas, then these wholesome dharmas one day will produce its result. That result will be not pure. Not pure means when you are accumulating wholesome dharma, other than your wholesome dharma is surrounded by anger. When this karma produces its result, then you will become anger temperament person. There may be small thing, but you have a lot of anger. You cannot control your mind. So such that what results will arise. Because of this reason, Buddha says you should contemplate it as asubha, asubha. Not to attach such type of wholesome dharma. In the same way, you may have a lot of attachment while you are accumulating wholesome dharmas. How attachment? Oh, you should wish, for example, you wish for to see again in future together. These sons, these daughters, this husband, this wife together. In this way, you accumulate wholesome dharmas many times. Your wholesome dharma is surrounded by attachment, lust or anger, lust or greed. So, if this karma produces its result, you will have a lot of attachment. You may see some couples, after drinking, they begin moving, drinking, giddy. Other than they strike to their wives many times, but this wife cannot cope with. Why? She had a lot of attachment to her husband. Although there may be many torturings, she don't want to go to anywhere because her karma, while they are accumulating karma, they wish for to be together in future. Because of this karma produced in this result, they cannot depart to each other. They have a lot of attachment. Then lustful temperament person will become. Because of this reason, depending on wholesome karma, unwholesome karmas arise. Then such type of wholesome karma also you must contemplate as anicca or dukkha or anatta. How not to attach such wholesome type of dhammas. But especially because of this reason, Buddha many times asked, when you are accumulating wholesome dhamma, you always wish for realization of nibbana only. This is very good. No attachment. Okay.
Sayadaw, in the sutta where the Buddha is instructing Bahia, and he tells Bahia, in the seeing, just the seeing.
Okay.
So this is, he is instructing Bahia to contemplate the mental factors and
hearing.
Yeah. So the transparent element. And
maybe this way of teaching is very brief. Why? That Bahia like brief teaching only. He don't want many excursions. Only brief way he want. Why? He had been wished for this this to be this top bhikkhu, foremost bhikkhu, who attained hardship very, very quickly. In time of Brahmodra Buddha, 100,000 aeons ago. In that Brahmodra Buddha's dispensation, he ordained as a bhikkhu. As a bhikkhu, he practiced samatha vipassana up to Sankharupaka jnana stage, the knowledge of equanimity towards formations, about 100,000 years. So, not only 2 months. So 100,000 years he already practiced. This is one reason. Between these 100,000 aeons, whenever he got any opportunity, he accumulated this whole swantamas to become the foremost bhikkhu among the bhikkhus who attained hardship very quickly. So because of this reason, especially in the time of Kassapa Buddha appeared in this world when the human lifespan is 20,000 years. At that time, Kassapa Buddha appeared in this world. He ordained as a bhikkhu in this Kassapa Buddha's dispensation, 20,000 years. But when Kassapa Buddha took Pranipana, new generations, they do not follow Vinaya rules thoroughly. They do not practice samatha vipassana thoroughly. So they have a lot samvega, sense of spiritual urgency. Because of this reason, 6 Mahathera, elders, they discussed to each other and they went to the forest. And they climbed up one mountain. That mountain is very difficult to climb up. But there's no staircase. So because of this reason, there are creepers. That creepers they must pull and they must climb up to the mountain. Then they took one agreement. If you want to go to somewhere, then you can go now. If you don't want to go to somewhere, then you must meditate here up to hard stage. Without attaining hard stage, you must not go anywhere. Do you agree? Do you agree? Do you agree? So they took agreement, all 6 agreed. Then they cut the creepers, they cannot go down. Then they meditate hard. Within one day, one bhikkhu became arhat. Then he go to Vindabada. And then he carry food to that mountain. Then he serve other bhikkhus. Other bhikkhus never take. We have no agreement. Whenever one become arhat, then he must go to Vindabada, arms round in the village and take food to us. So we have no such agreement. So we don't want to take. Then, if it is so, I will go to somewhere. Then that arhat bhikkhu go to somewhere by way of sky with his sight power. Another brigade, 2 or 3 days later, another brigade, Anagami Noradana. Then the others no attainment. Among the others, this Bahia also one bhikkhu. They practice diligently and then they pass away on that mountain. The Nagami bhikkhu, after that he reborn in Brahmawa. So he is looking for his friends always from Brahmawa. When they pass away slowly, in line of our Gautama Buddha, he became one ascetic, for example, without clothes, any clothes. Other people, they be respect as a rahat. He also did, he himself became rahat in this way he did. That Brahma, who came to Brahmawa, came down. And he instruct, there is Buddha, now in Chitavana Udara. You are not rahat, you must go to the Buddha. And then you must learn under the guidance of Buddha, the Dhamma. So he asked that Brahma asked him. So because of this reason, suddenly he go to the Jidavana Vihara. But the path is very long. Journey is very long. But Brahma helped him to reach very quickly. to the Jetavana Vihara early in the morning. At that time, Buddha is going arms round in the Savatthi. So when he reached Jetavana, there is no Buddha. Buddha is going arms round in Savatthi. So because of this reason, he went to Savatthi. On the way, he met the Buddha and he asked to teach him Dhamma. Buddha prohibited, now I am going to arms round, please wait for maybe for a while. Then again he asked, then Buddha prohibited, then again he asked, that day Buddha taught this teaching. Seeing, hearing, then teaching, what not Buddha? Knowing. What is the meaning? Teaching means there are two. The kala object, this is also called data. The cognitive process which sees kala, this is also called data. So cognitive process, cognitive process. After that, there are many mind-cognitive process. Between them there may be bhangas. These are data. Data means knowing the kala as a kala object. So kala object also called data. The cognitive process which realize kala also data. These two types of mentality and materiality you must contemplate as nature to Anatta. This is one. Hearing in the same way. Here, do cognitive process. Then mind-cognitive process which realize sound. This is also called dukkha and sutta. The sound also is called sutta. Both you must contemplate them as nature dukkha anatta. This is one. Buddha is three. Number one is smelling. Smell, cognitive process. And nose to cognitive process and mind-cognitive process. These two types of Buddha also you must contemplate as nature dukkha anatta. Then another is tongue cognitive process and taste. These two types of formations also you must contemplate them as nature dukkha anatta. Then another is tangible object. Tangible object also Buddha. Body cognitive process and mind cognitive process which realize this tangible object. They are also Buddha. These three types of Buddha, three types means here, nose to, tongue to, body to. These three types of Buddha Dhammas also you must contemplate as a nature dukkha anatta. This is one. Another is knowing, mind-cognitive process. Dhamma object also called vinyada. Mind-cognitive process which realize Dhamma object also called vinyada. So these two types of vinyada also you must contemplate as nature dukkha anatta. So altogether there are 6 cognitive process and ultimate materiality. But then Buddha continue. That continued sentences says not only this ultimate materiality internally and externally, you must also try to discern their causes, dependent origination. Together with their causes, you must contemplate them as nature dukkha anatta. At that time, you will have seeing, hearing, etc. You will have such type of mind. The meaning is, when you see, you will have no raga attachment. There will be no grasping, this is mine. There will be no prap, this is I. There will be no wrong view, this is my atta. These three types of gaha we call grasping will disappear. Then if you continue seeing their dissolution only, then slowly when your inside knowledge becomes mature, then at that time all attachments will disappear, all cravings will disappear completely without remainder. In this way, Buddha taught. If you are craving disappear completely without remainder, you will not be reborn in this world as well as other worlds. In this way, Buddha concludes his Dhamma talk. So, see means you must try to understand endocognitive process, mindocognitive process. In this endocognitive process, in jhana mind movement, wholesome jhanas also possible, unwholesome jhanas also possible. Both are possible. You must discern this endocognitive process and mindocognitive process mentalities. They arise depending on their own respective base. This base is ultimate materiality. They are taking kala as object. This kala also ultimate materiality. If you pay attention, there is kala. If you can discern four elements in that kala, this object, then you can see small particles. These kalabas, if you analyze in each kalaba, there are 8 types of materiality. Together with kala, these 8 types of materiality you must contemplate as Nitya. So at that time only, then your mind will be Daicha Manda, seeing, hearing only, no raga, no dosa, no moha. Okay? Today we just start. Idame Bonya, Asawakaya, Mahahodu, Idame Bonya, Nibanasa, Pachio, Hodu, Idame Bonya, Sabha Sadhana, Pajema, Tesabe, Mesama, Punya Baga, Labandu, Sadhu,